Hi, this is Aaron with BandLab, and we're going to look at how to make a Dua Lipa type beat in BandLab's browser-based DAW. For this beat, I want a disco feel, and I'm going to start by selecting the Browse Loops option when I begin the project. Don't Stop Disco sounds like the right kind of vibe, and I can audition the included samples by clicking on them. Don't Stop Disco Drum 01 is the one I want, so I drag it into the project. The default tempo of 120 BPM works for disco feel, so I'm going to leave it at that speed. If I did want to adjust the tempo, I could simply enter the new tempo and BandLab will ask if I want to automatically stretch the audio. Not this time, thanks. To create a bass track, I click the Add Track button and select the Instruments option. In the Instruments section, I select the bass category, and then I can audition BandLab's bass instruments. New disco bass is definitely what I want for this project. This bass line might look complex, but it's really pretty simple. It's based around E, G, A, and D, and it skips octaves to give it that disco energy. It also has a few grace notes that help it move smoothly between keys. For the second set of 4 bars, it plays the same, but with the addition of some extra rhythm in the second bar. I'm going to create another version of the bass which will alternate with the first bass to keep things interesting. I'm using the bass category's pumped up bass sound. You can hold Option on Mac or Alt on Windows and drag a MIDI clip to duplicate it. I want to make a piano breakdown that works with the bass line. For this, I'm going to use the Piano Studio Grand instrument. The part is again based around an initial 4 bars and another 4 bars with a variation where the chords ascend to build things up to the next section. For this arrangement, I'm going to base everything around a basic repeating sequence. The full 8-bar electric bass riff, 4 bars of synth bass, then a breakdown. For the breakdown, I'm going to use the piano layered with a pad called New Age Synth from the Synth Pads category. To give the breakdown some low end, I'm going to use the Bass Patch Synth Bass Thriller Bass to underpin things. I've used a low pass filter to take out some of the highs in the bass and leave more room for the other elements. I use Strings Orchestra to introduce a glissando halfway through the breakdown to hype things up. I turn this instrument down to about -9 dB so it's not too loud. This breakdown is full of legato notes and isn't particularly rhythmic, so to keep a sense of movement, I use another sample, Don't Stop Disco Percussion 6. I turn this down too and add a subtle reverb with low size and mix settings. couple more samples help segue into the breakdown. Don't Stop Disco Percussion 5 and Don't Stop Disco Effects 5. The full arrangement is based around several variations of the mini arrangement I made earlier. The second time around, it's extended, and the pad plays over the beat and bass. The third time around, the synth bass section plays the full 8 bars, and there's a string lick to provide some variation. The fourth time around, the track crescendos with the strings playing the pad part. And there you have it. That's how easy it is to make a Dua Lipa type disco track in BandLab's browser-based DAW.